Yoga is done in gyms, parks, schools, even medical health facilities, so how can it be tied to any religious system?
We tend to misunderstand other religions because of a misguided interpretation that has been handed down since the Middle Ages. During this period, the Roman Catholic Church, with its traditions and hierarchy, attributed the term religion to parts of another culture's faith that included order, especially if they had priests. If there were not priests or order, or if the practices seemed vulgar or barbaric, the church called those customs, not religion. So the Brahmin priest of yoga that lived in temples were considered part of a religion, but the yoga practices done outside the temple were viewed only as customs. But that is not how religion is typically, especially in the East. The barbaric practices in any worship customs outside the temple, even those without a residing priest, were considered part of the worldview, faith, and religion. This is why yoga can be done anywhere, because this has always been part of its religious system. And God in His Word does not separate religion and worship customs. Historically, in the Bible, when God addresses His people to not practice the customs of the pagans, He is referencing the worship practices at large. Those done in temples, those done in groves, those done outside, those done in the home. Pagan worship is pagan worship. A posture that bows you to the sun or moon is still an abomination, whether it's done in a stone ziggurat, a colorful temple, around a golden calf, on a rock by the ocean, or in your spare bedroom. God didn't say in His Word, don't do their worship practices and worship customs only if they are in a temple. But if it's somewhere else, have at it. And historically, Israel didn't typically go to the pagan temples. Instead, they brought the pagan into God's temple. And they went into the world, into the nature, groves, the high places, to then bring those things also back into their homes. Yoga is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and much of the health data has been corrupted to suit that industry. Additionally, in history, pagan cultures often intermingled worship and physical healing. This is not a new thing. Additionally, both the medical and psychology fields have not always offered us good practices. The church doesn't accept the medical recommendations to abort babies, even though the supposed science wrongly sells you that the child is not alive.